Hey YouTube fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me. For this round, let's do a tarot reading that focuses just simply on the positive vibes. You know what I mean? What are the words of encouragement that you could really use on a day like today? Whenever it is that you find this video, whatever time of day, all that good. Let's get into it. Okie dokie, so I have pre-shuffled. So let's go ahead and cut the decks together, starting with the archetypes. The womb, interesting. The nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. Kitty just creaked open my door. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it as it is within us. My goodness, fam. When light, nourishment, harmony, warmth, love, when dark, stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, imbalance. It feels like a caterpillar in a cocoon, like about to emerge as a butterfly. I'm gonna close my door real quick. Okie dokie, let's move on to the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. This is a reminder that you're not alone. This right here is the ultimate card of celebration, not just of yourself. You're amazing though, but of those around you. When you're done putting on your crown each and every morning, go and help someone else put on theirs. You have so much love and wisdom to spread, so don't waste it. Self-love is essential, but community is important too. So you've been healing and learning and moving on through your journey, as you should, and now you're being reminded, like, okay, but don't forget that you're not alone, right? Let's see if we can get any clarification. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, fam, we'll find out. Oh, now she wants to go back out there. Of course you do, Kona. Un momento, por favor. No. She's sneezing in indignation. All right, I like to think of the tarot as a story, right? So let us see here. What's chapter 1? A lot of anxiety has been going on. Oh my goodness, this kitty is so upset right now.
Hi.
I thought I would be sneaky and film, and should've known better. There's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of difficulty getting to sleep, staying asleep, because there's so much on your mind. And you're being, it's like wanting you to know that you don't need to be like that. Over anxious and worried about how things are going to work out. Right? The swords are up on the wall. They're decor now. There is no more, there's no battle. You have no one left to fight. It's all in your mind, looping and looping and looping. Chapter 2. There we go. And it may take some big changes for you in order to flip the script, right? In order to move on to bigger and better. Come what may, right? This is all change, though, that has been very necessary, right? Because we're coming out of this healing portion of the program and being reminded that there's life to live. And there are others to enjoy the company of. We're not meant to be anxious and scared. We're meant to be happy and thriving. What's chapter 3? Right? Like six of Wands, public recognition. Finally being recognized for all of your hard work, your passions, your creativity. This is a beautiful day with blue sky after all these dark nights of the soul. Now people finally understand what's been going on with you. And they get to see how incredible you are. And they think you're incredible. And it's like sometimes that can feel a bit hollow. Sure. But don't assume that everything and everyone's a snake in the grass, right? It's time, like you've been struggling to let go of something, to move on into the future. And I have a feeling that something's happening that's kind of going to do it for you. But it's still your choice, right? So there's something that may surprise you. Like you didn't realize it was going to happen like this. But then, chapter 4, right? And it's karma. It's karmic justice coming in and saying, enough. Enough already. This life is meant to be lived. This life is meant to be enjoyed. I got hair trapped in my tarot cards. Hey-o. Who did that? But there's no confusion. There's no bias. Right? If there's something you need to learn from an experience, a lesson or whatever the heck, then learn it. Move on. Right? Take it with grace. Move on. But something tells me that now that this change has taken place, we can move on. Things have occurred in the past year plus that have really made a lot make sense to you. You've still been scared. You've still been dealing with anxiety. But you've been very enabled to this change, and you want this change. What's going to come up underneath the Nine of Swords? There we go, the King of Wands. The Queen and King of Wands have been through their trials and tribulations, right? Trial by fire, and rising from the ashes, secure within themselves, passion still intact, courage, and alchemizing, right? I tend to compare the Queen of Wands with a magician. And here's the King of Wands sitting on his gold throne. Knowing how to handle whatever situations occur. Able to look back on things and see all the connections that led to this. Being secure, right? What's coming up underneath the Tower? The Knight of Swords, the fastest knight of the tarot. We're talking hours, mere days. Change is coming in with a quickness. And one thing that I've really been unable to not notice recently is how this sword is not only being held up, but it's like we can only see half of it. The rest is like going out into the ether, right? So there's like a connection with that intuition, that wisdom gained. This knight knows exactly what he set out for, right? Exactly. There's no confusion. There's balance and understanding. There's clarity now. Understanding that it can be better than you ever imagined, better than you feared, for sure. But change is coming in hot. Change is coming in fast. And what about under the Six of Wands? The Knight of Cups. We have two knights. Interesting. And whereas one is like zoom, zoom, go, go, gotta go. We know exactly what we're doing. This is a mission, a message. This knight, I like to think of the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles as though you come to them. You know what I mean? They came out, like this one came out a bit quicker than the Knight of Pentacles. But this horse is more like prancing around. You know what I mean? You still got to come to him. So there's something about this. This is like you're going to feel like you're winning. But it's 100% your choice. You don't have to accept this, but you can. I'm pretty sure it could be considered be careful what you're wishing for, but I feel like that's more of a fears thing. That's what your fears may be telling you. Whereas karma over here and justice and all of this, ever since the Tower card, has been good, good. Right? Almost like you needed a shock to your system to remind you, to wake you up fully and remind you that you have control over your life. You better. Right? It's just like with the Three of Pentacles. I always say, as long as you're the one at the chisel, I have nothing to complain about. What's coming up underneath the Justice card? Wow. Goodness gracious. Are you kidding me right now? We have more gray going on, just like the gray pillars up there, except this adds more of an institutional, like, religious vibe to it, though, right? But it's also wisdom. I like to think of the Hierophant as sharing wisdom. We've all been learning so much. We've all been through so much, and this has been such a transformative time. And I feel like you're about to really get into the upswing of things. This is a good time to return to the world, to return to life, you know what I mean? For those who have been dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, like, people have been getting caught up in that, and they need to break the cycle. And there's going to be a little bit of, like I was saying, a little bit of a shock to the system, but in the best way, though. It's a little bit of like, snap out of it. You got to wake up. Get out of the way of yourself, right? Of your future. Get out of the way of all of the things that you want. There's no Four of Pentacles here to speak of clinging, right? And denying. But there is still, like, we started off with all of this anxiety. What we started off was with the womb. And now you're vibing and you're healing and doing well. And don't forget, you're not the only one. You're not alone in this. There are others, all, you know, in our own individual ways. I always say that we may not be in the exact same boats, but we're in the same body of water. Like, we have understandings, right? Ways that we can relate to one another. And whose turn is it with the unicorn floaty? That's all I need to know, really, because I want to hang out with them. I'm going to be over there in that corner. Yeah? What's the epilogue to this story? The Ace of freaking Cups. Are you kidding me? Coming up on the other side of Justice and the Hierophant after the Knight of Cups. So the question is, will you accept this? The changes that come about over the next few days, over the next few hours. How adaptable are you when it comes to your own life and the things you want versus what you may have expected before? Because I feel like that's mainly what was holding you back. Was expectations and fear of things not working out and realizing, why wouldn't they work out? Right? When you're doing all this work and consistency and diligence, what's on the bottom? What's the main vibe? The vibe check is the Star, fam. I had the little ducky censor things for Papa YouTube, right? Hopes and dreams. Look at all these cups going on. Where's Temperance? My goodness. This is accepting these gifts, these incredible gifts, whether it's love, whether it's creativity, new friendships, vibe match and vibe, meeting people who are aligned now, learning from positive life experiences, because that's what's waiting for you. You've been through so much and you're not done yet. Now it's time for more good. We're no longer expecting the worst. We're expecting the best, right? What are the extra notes for this incredible reading? You can go your own way. Oh, that's a card. I wrote that up with the idea of love at arm's length, right? When there's someone where it's like, no matter how hard you try, it's just, it is what it is, right? But it doesn't mean you don't love them, right? It doesn't mean you don't care. And that if there's something you can do to help them, you're always willing. But like at the same time, you've got your own thing, your own path. Like we all have our own paths, and we learn and gain wisdom in different ways. And someone maybe really seeming really stubborn, or maybe really stressing you out. And it's like, I can't be around this anymore. I gotta go. Right? And also, I love synchronicities. It's on the bottom. It's not safe to go alone. Gotta have faith. You gotta believe at least in yourself, fam. Right? When I talk about synchronicities, I don't mean like, you know, take a left at Albuquerque because Bugs Bunny is telling you to. You know what I mean? I mean like, for me, when I see synchronicities, when I see all these numbers and certain patterns, to me it's the thumbs up from the universe. It's that reminder that you're not alone. Right? That there is a greater force, that there is more. At the very least, that there is more. Science itself has proven that there's a lot more going on. Like things that just a couple of decades ago were conspiracy theories have been proven. Quantum physics and all that good, right? You just need to believe in yourself and believe that everything's balancing out. And you've gained so much wisdom, and it's time to live like it. It's time to remember to enjoy your life again. You're not confused. You are not confused. And you are still capable of love and inspiration, as well as being an inspiration and helping others remember what they're capable of as well. Is that a plane? What the heck is that? I don't even know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, fam. I really appreciate it. Oh, it's okay. Everything's working out. The question is, are you open? What are you open to? What are you willing to accept about your life? What do you think your full potential really is. If you were untethered and free to do whatever the heck, what do you think that would feel like? What does it look like? Right? And what do you really think is the only, what do you really think is between you and that? Because the answer should be nothing. Nah. Nothing is between you. Right? Because anything is possible when we're dealing with the unknown and opening ourselves up to the wonderful things that we want. Open yourself up to receive. That's still the general theme going on. Let it go. With this change that's coming in hot, that's going to be good. It's going to be good. When it's positive vibes and it makes you happy and it makes your soul purr, boosh. Okay, fam? Oh, thank you for keeping me company. And always remember that I love you.